what's going on? So I really quickly want to address the issue that's recently going on in the public of trans men and women using public bathrooms. Honestly, it's a non-issue. Since there have been public bathrooms, there have been trans men and women using them. Since there's been public bathrooms, there have always been women who successfully presented as men using those bathrooms. There have always been men that successfully presented as women using the bathroom that they look like. It's a non-issue. It's been happening for years. If you've used a public bathroom, you've been next to someone who may not, who may be trans. It's a fact. What we really need to be focusing on is why this issue is so important all of a sudden. It's dazzle camouflage. So all of a sudden this issue that is a non-issue, that really doesn't exist, is the biggest thing in the world. But let's talk about what really does exist. Let's talk about the fact that no man or woman has ever been sexually assaulted in the bathroom by a trans person ever. Like that has never happened. But what has happened is you do have a lot of people from all sexual orientations who have been harassed in public bathrooms by heterosexual males. My mom, when I was little, wasn't telling me, to be careful and not let my little cousins go in the bathroom by themselves, or even before that, making sure that, I was safe in the bathroom because she was afraid of some wicked, evil trans person kidnapping me. No, it wasn't that. She was afraid of the pervert that liked little girls who was going to kidnap me out of the bathroom. And then let's bring up that. There's also been hardly any cases of homosexual men kidnapping children from bathrooms either. There's not even any statistical references on that. It's so non-existent. What does exist, though, is anti-gay politicians using public bathrooms to solicit homosexual sex. Like, that's actually happened way more than any issue that could ever be invented about trans people. So what I would like people to do is focus on why this is happening now. Like, why our government is putting this in the forefront of our minds as something that is an issue, because it's not. It's made up. Worrying about this is like worrying about sunshine. There's always going to be sunshine. Since we've been human and awake and able to look up, there's always been sunshine. Since there's been public bathrooms, there's been trans people using the public bathrooms. It's not that big of a deal. The whole trans thing is not new. Sexual reassignment surgery, yeah, that's new. Trans people, not new. So what I'm saying is, we're focusing on something that doesn't exist. And we have our politicians pandering to the lowest common denominator of emotions, like the fear-based emotions of people. And people are walking around all scared and in a tizzy. I don't want somebody who I don't know if they were born a boy or a girl using the bathroom next to me, because where I pee is sacred, and I'm scared that they might want to do something to me, or what if that woman has a bigger penis than I have? It's just the dumbest thing in the world. So, just chill. What we really need to do is figure out what it is that our government is hiding from us, and what it is that they don't want us to see and think about, that they're pushing something that is such an idiotic non-issue onto the public, and why they're asking people to be concerned and afraid of something that's a non-issue. I actually would rather prefer if they focused on the fact that as a woman, there are more instances of rapes occurring in women's bathroom by men who identify as heterosexual than there are anything else. Let's talk about that. let's talk about the fact that as a woman, I have to be afraid to use a public bathroom in certain areas because there are men who are waiting to rape people. That should be the issue, not the fact that somebody wants, somebody who looks like something they aren't, in some idiot's mind wants to go pee. I mean, realistically, think about it. This is where we are having debates about where people have the right to pee. We could do better, America. I mean, we really can. It is what it is. So I'm gonna go back to this flow. I wish you all a good night. And again, keep in mind, you have always been peeing next to trans people, and as long as there's trans people, you will in public bathrooms, you will continue to have to pee next to one of them and wash your hands and maybe put some lipstick on next to one of them as well. And it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. So good night, and see you again soon.